All right. All right, we here. We here. Let's get it popping. All right, let's get this thing popping. All right. We're live right now, making it pop off. How y'all living? Let me let everybody know on the gram that I'm live right now. Then we're gonna really start getting it popping. Let me turn this down a little bit. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right, so how y'all doing, man? We're here. We're here. Hold on. Let me do this thing real quick. Y'all fall on in the room. Let everybody come on in the room. Let everybody come on in while I put this up on the gram. Okay, y'all bear with me for 1 second. And once I do that, man, we're good to damn go. After I do that, and here it is. Come on, thing. Bam, bam, and bam. There it is. All right, man, we're here. We're here. We're here. Everybody come on in the room. We're here. We're here. Let me turn my ringer down. Shout out to Taquin Campbell. He sent me $3 for peanut brittle. That's what he said. The Cash App is right there if y'all want to send some peanut brittle donations. All right, man. How y'all doing, man? We're here. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about tonight, family. We're here. We coming. We coming. Oh, man, everybody come on in the room. Let me give everybody a chance to fall on in here. Come on through. Come on through. I hope you guys had a well week. I hope everybody's good with their families. I hope everybody's being taken care of. I want us to start looking out for one another, especially my foundational Black Americans. We're really going to have to start looking out for each other. We're going to have to start looking out for each other. Everybody, I need you to hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Everybody hit the thumbs up button right now. And also, if you have been unsubscribed, because I know there's they play little shadow ban games with the feed. Resubscribe, double check and make sure you're subscribed, because when we're starting to give out real pertinent information, the dominant society, they don't like that. They get into their sabotage mode and, they try to undermine us. So everybody, make sure you're subscribed. If you have been unsubscribed and you didn't know it, please resubscribe again. Hit the subscription button, hit that bell. And again, everybody hit the thumbs up button. You dig? Because I've been hearing for the last few broadcasts, people are saying that they can't find my stream. They can't find my stream after I do it. So they have to follow the link when I post on social media. This is why y'all need to follow me. Okay, god damn. Y'all need to follow me on Instagram and all that stuff. Look at all these people texting me, man. And I hope all these texts ain't going through this computer here. Hold on 1 second, because some of this shit might be going through the computer. Okay, okay. Okay, my children are texting me. Okay, hold on. Let me get this shit out real quick. Hold on. Because everybody's texting me on my thing now. And I want people to not text me on this phone. Hold on 1 second. Y'all bear with me. Okay. I'm gonna have to work on that later. This is the new computer, and I hate how they sync every goddamn thing up. Family, real quickly, how do you stop the texts from coming through on your computer? I don't want these text messages coming through. How do you stop that? Real quick. Let me see messages, quit messages. Okay, I'll do this. I'll just quit messages. All right, I'll do that. I think I'm good to go on as far as that. All right, so anyway, we're here. All right, so let's get into what we need to talk about. First of all, I got to thank everybody for getting the Mink Slide album, Crushed Velvet. Thank you guys for everybody getting that album. Much respect to you guys. People really love the Crushed Velvet album. You can get that at iTunes, get that at Google Play. The link is right there below. So thank you guys for that. What's up? Everybody say what's up to Ola, my player partner right there. Shout out to Ola. Oh, man, so much going on right now. Look, family, with this coronavirus thing, with the COVID-19, the white supremacists right now This is finesse time. Right now, this is them utilizing this to solidify the racial order of black people being on the bottom. All right? Right now, the white supremacists are going hard body. And not only are they going hard body, the honorary Aryans are trying to go hard body, the Asians. Shout out to Palmdale, California. You understand? So, family, they're really using this now. The propaganda for the corona now, they're in full propaganda mode at this point. Right now, they're in full propaganda mode. I want you to understand that as far as the numbers, they are cooking the books. That's what today's topic is. Now, we got to be safe out here. Let's be clear. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be safe where we go and who we interact with. We still have to be safe. Let's be very clear. We got to be safe. But as far as a lot of these numbers they putting out, how black folks are just getting it all of a sudden overnight, they are cooking the books. They're cooking the books. What they're doing with us, they're overcounting black people with coronavirus, and they're undercounting white people. These people are lying about the numbers. Now, that's either the truth or it's a falsehood. Now, when we start saying stuff like that, oh, y'all some hotep. Oh, y'all talking that hotep hidden color shit. Now, either that's true or that's not true. Either that's true or it's not true. These people are lying about some of these numbers. Again, they're undercounting white people with the coronavirus, and they're overcounting black people. They're doing all types of little tricks with the numbers. Let me give you an example here. Let me show you something I posted earlier on Twitter. All right, I posted this chart right here. Okay, this is the US data. I got the data. Okay. Total COVID-19 deaths reported by race and ethnicity through April 9th. So for the US, 255 Asians, over 1,900 black people, 900 Latinos, watch these numbers, 2,300 whites, 229 other, okay? Watch these numbers. Let me tell you something. When it comes to white people, this is a trick that they do. They break down white numbers into little ethnic groups of whiteness. They break down white numbers into ethnic groups of whiteness. All right? They don't do that with black people, excuse me. They don't do that with black people. They start breaking the numbers down ethnically. So they'll count white Latinos differently. No, Latinos are white. Latinos identify as white. On the census, they are amalgamated in with white society. They're white, all right? The others are white. That other shit you see, that's white too. You understand? When you see some shit like other, that's white. They just don't want to say it. This is a lot of fuzzy math going on here. Yeah? And again, with black people, they are counting black people as positive for the coronavirus who have not been tested. They've lowered the standard for testing you so low. The CDC sent out a memo saying that, and I talked about this the other day, all they have to do is assume you have it, and they're supposed to mark that down as a COVID case or a COVID death. If somebody dies, if they assume that you had the coronavirus, they're incentivized to mark that down as a COVID death. You understand? Now let's look at something again. Let's look at something else here in California. We're going to break this stuff down. We're going to go very slow and meticulous with it. We're going to break it down so y'all can see how they do. Okay? Now, they broke it down for California. Now, look how deceptive this is. As of April 9th, California experienced 492 deaths, but only 261 deaths had data on race or ethnicity. That's bullshit. Okay? How the fuck somebody die, you don't know what race or ethnicity they are? That don't make no sense. That don't make sense. If 400 and some people died, you know what race they are. You understand? They just don't want to tell you what it is. So they play dumb when it's convenient. Okay? They start playing dumb. These are white people. They just don't want to say it. And this, look at the Jedi mind trick they play with the numbers. Now, this is California. Now, in California, black people are the lowest deaths out here. Only 21 black people died in California. Most of them are white. This Latino here, that's white. The white is white, 99 people white. The other, that's another, more white people. Okay? But look how they explain this. Disproportionality in COVID deaths in California. California residents are 1.4 times more likely to die from COVID than the population data would suggest. Blacks comprised of 6% of the population, but they represent 8% of the death. This is just mind twisting. This is, you're twisting like a pretzel to put black folks in the forefront of this. And look at the bottom. Whites and Latino residents are less likely to die than expected. So look how they twisted that. Because when you look at raw numbers, and that's what really matters, raw numbers. Well, based on proportionality, disproportionate rates and the plebiscites of it, it's really black people. No. You see that twist, the twist of logic they tried to do? And let's be very clear. 21 is a very low number. And I can almost guarantee most of those people, that 21, they didn't test them. Most of that 21 black folks didn't even test them for the most part. Or they were probably elderly and they died and they just said it was a COVID death. But 21 is a very low number. And the number is low for California for black people because, number one, black folks, we know to stay the fuck out of hospitals if it's not completely necessary out here in California, especially here in LA. We know to stay the hell out of these damn hospitals, especially King Drew Medical Center. We grew up out here dealing with the King Drew Medical Center, Killer King Hospital. We knew not to go there. You will not survive. We've been knowing that for decades out here. And we've been like that with a lot of hospitals out here. Even if we got shot, a lot of brothers and sisters know not to go to the hospital because the cops are going to be there asking questions. So you go to your homie's house and they know how to take the bullet out and wrap you up. You know what I'm saying? So we knew not to go to the damn hospitals out here. We don't fuck with hospitals like that. So that's why the death rate is actually low. 21 is not that much. And again, most of them aren't even, I doubt that they are confirmed. Yeah? So they're baking these numbers. They're cooking these numbers crazy. They're cooking the books. They're just going through all types of twists and turns to make us the face of it, which is what they did. This is Nazi-style propaganda. This is Nazi-style propaganda. Now, family, I posted videos on my social media. I've been showing several videos of people saying they went to the hospital and they didn't get tested, but they got a piece of paper saying that they got COVID-19. We've been seeing video after video of that. I posted doctors saying, hey, we got a message from the CDC and from the medical board saying that we're instructed to write these deaths down as COVID deaths without confirming them. A lot of people in the medical industry are calling this out because it's extremely unusual. They're going out of their way to cook these numbers. And I did a live on Instagram last night. I had a couple of people from the medical industry, a couple of brothers and sisters who called up. Let me play some of that. This one sister here was talking about some of those baked numbers with the COVID deaths. This sister here, I think she's in Ohio. Hold on one second.
They told me that we're calling about a story. We were told that a person died at your facility with the coronavirus. And I said, no, that's not true. I haven't heard that one. And she's like, well, the family said that it was true and that she went to the ER and that she had died of the coronavirus. And I'm like, I hadn't heard that story. Well, come to find out, the person that they were talking about, she was an 89-year-old lady. She was hospice. She had been hospice before this whole pandemic even came about. She had like morphine and everything like that. And then so she just happened to die.
Right.
She just happened to die. She didn't die from the virus. She was 89.
Right.
So, I didn't tell them anything, but that was one story. Another story was my friend. She had like a flu, the coughing and the congestion and all of that. They never even took a chest x-ray. They never even swabbed her for it, because to swab somebody, you have to do it for like 20 seconds. It has to be sent out. It takes a few days, and it has to be cleared by the CDC. Well, they're running really low on the kits anyway.
Right.
So she said they sent her home, and they sent her home with a Z-Pack, a prescription for a Z-Pack, an antibiotic. And she said, and on that paper, it had COVID-19.
Wow.
Okay,
so again, so this sister's saying, hey, it was like an old lady who was already sick. She was already in the hospice even before the whole thing broke out. She finally died. She's 9 years old. She died, and they marked that down as a COVID death. Yeah? So we're not making this up. It's not a conspiracy to point out these discrepancies showing that these people are cooking the books here. At this point, any black person, if you go to the hospital and die, they're going to mark that down as a COVID death. Or hell, if you go in there with a cough or a sniff, they're going to mark it as a COVID death. Let me play one more video, guys, because I really want to drive the point home. There's another brother who called in. He was at a hospital. He was working graveyard shift last night, and he showed us the machines and everything, so he was definitely at work. And this is the brother saying the same thing. Basically, he's in Dallas.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, sir? You down in Dallas, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to walk off the unit real quick.
It's okay. Okay. So what's the stuff you're seeing down there, brother?
I want to let you know, man, it is true. People are like getting these, like I'm in the x-ray room right now. And you see that. Man, they're not even doing chest x-rays or anything. They're just, if you come in off the test, if you coughing, sniffling, COVID-19. Hey,
wow.
Straight up.
Okay, so that's that brother there. So my point is showing that is like, listen, we got to be careful with going to these damn hospitals. All right? We got to be careful because the white supremacists, they like to put out real information and mix it up with bullshit. Okay? Is the COVID real? Yes, it's real. Let's be clear. Are they cooking the books, inflating the numbers with black people? Yes. Yes, they are. And I believe a lot of people that's dying, they're dying because of them going to the hospital. Let me tell you something, what the mainstream media is not really telling you, and I want y'all to look this up. When they diagnose somebody with COVID-19, the doctor gets an immediate $13,000. Medicaid and all those people, they're sending, if you're diagnosed with COVID-19, that doctor is going to immediately get $13,000. This is a money finesse too. If you get on a ventilator, that is an additional $39,000. So we're talking over $50,000 if they can get somebody in that hospital on a ventilator. A doctor who's just has a regular practice, a damn doctor is now incentivized to really diagnose anybody. Somebody said, prove it. Okay, well, let's take time and do that. Let's do that. Well, do y'all need proof? I'll show some proof. Good man. I just wanted to save time. Somebody said, prove that. Okay. Let's give me a second here. Let me go to my Instagram. I'll be glad to do that. Let me look it up real quickly. Because the same doctor, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yeah. I will show that. Hold on one second. I'm going to just take my time. Somebody said, you're going to have to prove that. Well, shit, I guess I will. What's that, the senator out there in Minnesota? Senator Scott. What's Scott's last name? Let me look that up, because he was on the Ingram show, the lady that I debated. He was on her show, and he was spitting the truth. Oh, God damn it. Thought I took this shit off. God damn it. Hold on, man. Preferences. How'd I get this off, man? Hold on, man. Sign out, Apple ID, okay. Let me sign out of this thing. Okay, I just signed out. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm still getting text messages from my daughter and everything. Scott Jensen, yes. Okay, hold on. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I will show that right now. And Scott Jensen, okay. What is this? Y'all bear with me. Let me play this. This is, hold on.
My next guest is a doctor and state senator in Minnesota.
Okay.
I spent some time earlier today just going through the CDC's manual on how to complete death certificates and the parts that were specifically written for physicians. And in that manual, it talks of precision and specificity, and that's what we were trained with. The determination of the cause of death is a big deal. It has impact on estate planning. It has impact on future generations. And the idea that we're going to allow people to massage and sort of game the numbers is a real issue, because we're going to undermine the trust. And right now, as we see politicians doing things that aren't necessarily motivated on fact and science, the public's their trust in politicians.
When white folks are saying, hey, you can't trust these people, even they saying you can't trust them.
Is already wearing thin.
And doctor, in that same CDC guidance sheet on COVID-19, it references the fact that basically this is a judgment call for doctors on how to fit, I read it, what goes on line 1 and then what goes on line 2 and what goes on the final line as far as contributing factors and ultimate cause of death. But they concede that it is a judgment call. Again, why is that not correct?
Well, let's just take influenza. If I have a patient died a month ago, had fever, cough, and died after 3 days, and maybe had been an elderly, fragile individual, and there happened to be an influenza epidemic around our community.
Okay, y'all wait on it.
I wouldn't put influenza on the death certificate, and I've never been encouraged to do so. I would put probably respiratory arrest would be the top line, and the underlying cause of disease would be pneumonia. And in the contributing factors, I might well put emphysema or congestive heart failure. But I would never put influenza down as the underlying cause of death. And yet that's what we're being asked to do here.
Dr. Fauci was asked about the COVID death count today, in part.
What who are that you will always crises.
Conspiracy theories, doctor? So you're engaging in conspiracy theories. What do you say to Dr. Fauci tonight?
Well, I would remind him that anytime healthcare intersects with dollars, it gets awkward. Right now, Medicare is determined that if you have a COVID-19 admission to the hospital, you'll get paid $13,000.
Oh, okay. Did you catch that? Okay. There we go. Hold on. Did y'all catch that? Was that good? All right. Okay. Oh, let me play the rest. All right. I just want you to catch it because somebody wanted me to prove it. Okay.
If that COVID-19 patient goes on a ventilator, you get $39,000, 3 times as much.
Okay. All right. Is that good enough? Okay. Was that sufficient proof? Was that good, right? Okay. Now we can proceed because I'm not just here. I'm not giving my way through this. Okay. I'm not here making up shit. I don't have the tinfoil kufi on. Other white people are even saying this is some bullshit here. Yeah, other white people are saying these are some. Ingram, I've been on her show and I've roasted her. I got in her ass. But sometimes these white folks know how to spit the truth. The broken clock is right twice a fucking day. All right? So, yeah, if you need proof, anything I'm saying, I'll be glad to provide. That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Because I'm not here just bumping my fucking gums. See, that's what we need. We need people bringing real facts here, real receipts here. And as you heard, this man is a doctor and he's a senator. So it's no tinfoil kufi. You can't do, oh, y'all talking that hotep shit. Okay, let's just be clear. So as you see, these doctors are being incentivized financially to inflate the numbers. These doctors are being incentivized to inflate the numbers. So they can kill several birds with one stone. So now, let's say you're a white supremacist working in the medical industry. Okay? Boy, you got a green light right now. Boy, put yourself in the mindset of a white supremacist who's a doctor. And don't think that they're not white supremacist doctors. Right? Let's be very clear. Many of the Nazis were doctors and all that. So I'm a white supremacist doctor. I'm going to help speed up this little eugenics program with Negroes. I can do that. And I can get incentivized. So now I can bring in, 50 black folks come see me. I mark them all down as COVID. And then I put their asses on ventilators. I'm a millionaire. I can make a quick million in a week. You understand? You can make money off this shit in a week. And I've been hearing these ventilators are the things that's actually killing a lot of people, by the way. While you bullshitting, it's these ventilators that's killing people. This is what I've been hearing. And this is the sweet thing. So now if you get somebody who's a COVID patient that you didn't even have to test them. You're like, oh, you coughing? You got COVID. Let me get that 13,000. Let me get you on a ventilator. Let me get that other 39. So I got over 50K putting your black ass on a damn ventilator. And oops, you died. I don't get sued for malpractice because, hey, there's a COVID outbreak out here. So, free and clear. This is the perfect fucking crime right now. This is why hospitals got bodies all piled up like this. I've seen footage I didn't even post some of that shit I've been seeing in New York, in Brooklyn, these hospitals where there's just dead bodies and body bags littering the floors of these damn hospitals. I don't post it because I know they're probably ding my page if I post that bullshit. All that is money. You got all these people you can wipe out, you don't get a malpractice suit, and you get some money. And out there in New York, they over there dumping people on Hart's Island right now, by the way. And I told y'all about Hart's Island months ago. That's a place where they've been throwing dead black people in that island for 200 years. They would put former slaves up there and kill them and put them on Hart Island, over there by the Bronx. That's where they're dumping all them bodies, where they dump unclaimed bodies, which probably means homeless, by the way. Which probably means homeless. Because see, with this thing, where are all these homeless people going? They're shutting down the parks, shutting down the beaches. They ain't really got no shelters out here that can house these people. So where are all these homeless people going? Where are the homeless people? You understand? Who's unclaimed? Who would be unclaimed? A homeless person. You understand? So, yeah, you can drag a homeless person in a hospital somewhere, off them, bag him up, get you 50K real quick, and don't nobody miss them. You better understand how these white supremacists are thinking. And let's not even go into the potential organ harvesting here. You go in there with a cough, oh, I got to hurry up and get you on a ventilator. And they get you on that ventilator and you die 2 days later. I've been hearing like black folks dying the minute they go to the hospital, they die. So now with all these homeless people who are useless to society, now they're worth 50 grand. You can off them and ain't nobody gonna even question you. Oh, it's Corona. It's Corona. This is a real purge. And it's been financially incentivized. Come on, man. We got to start thinking like how they think. And look, and now the media's jumping in, demonizing us. See, it was all about let's not demonize the Asians. Oh, we can't do that with the Asians. Oh, we can't do that with the Asians. Oh, it would be so wrong to demonize Asians. We can't stigmatize Asians, but they're stigmatizing us. I saw an article today. Let me post that up. Oh, they ain't got no problem stigmatizing us with this thing. Where's this thing I saw? Where's this thing? Where's this thing? Where is it? Come on, man. Okay. You know, this is stigma right here. This is stigma right here. There are two pandemics. Chicago's gun violence persists amid lockdown. So now the problem in Chicago, all the black folks who got the COVID and the gun violence, they done tied that lie in, that propaganda. They done tied that bullshit in. So it's about time to do, this is code speak, by the way. We got to do something about these niggas right about now. All this gun violence, they're dog whistling to each other. So we got all these deadly niggas out here. If they stand next to you, they'll get you with the disease and they'll shoot you. So look at the code words they're throwing at each other right now. These are little code words they're throwing at each other, family. I mean, look at some of the articles coming out. Well, they're really using a lot of coded language. This is another cat here. Let me show y'all something else. Hold on out there. That's not what I want. Hold on 1 second. Let me take this down. Right here. This right here. Republican congressional candidate touts AR-15s to fight looting hordes from Atlanta. So this Paul Brown guy, Brown, whatever his name is, he had a raffle, a public raffle for AR-15s so that he could fight the hordes of looters from Atlanta. Now, people are calling him out. He's like, he denies the racial implications. Now, hordes of looters from Atlanta, that's black people. That's black people. And notice he had a public raffle. He did it publicly, so they try to codify their shit and send their messages that way. So what they're saying is, hey, as society is breaking down just a little bit, you know, let's strap up just in case these Negroes get some bright ideas because we're tightening the noose on them. Just in case they want to fight back, because we're going to tighten the noose and some of them might want to fight back. So some of y'all good old white boys need to get your AR-15s. Okay? Looter is always a code word for black people. They never, ever, ever refer to white people as looters. Understand, I've been telling y'all that for years. Looter is always a code word for black people. You understand? So people are really getting their racial cues on this thing. People are really getting it in as far as this. See, the thing is over here, the white supremacists, they at least know how to codify their racism with each other so that they can deny it. So, it wasn't racial. A looter can be anybody. Wink, wink. Over in France, did y'all catch what the dudes, one of the high up officials over there in France, he was like, hey, look, we need a coronavirus drug test. Let's go to Africa and do it. You know, fuck them. Let's just go test it on them Africans. And people were like, dude, did you say that out loud? I mean, you couldn't codify that shit? You couldn't speak in no kind of code language? Did you really have to say it like that? Then he tried to walk that back. You can't really walk that back. Over in France, see, they don't know how to codify their racism. You dig? They don't know how to do the code speak. He was basically, let's go to Africa and test this shit out on them. And let me tell you something, the French, they're over there in Africa. They tested out a COVID virus on some babies. Like 7 babies then died. Have y'all heard that? I want y'all to Google that. I want y'all to Google that. They done went over there testing it, and like 7 babies done died. Now, in certain African countries, some of the Africans are fighting back. Some of those vaccine testing centers, they're like, hey, fuck all that. They done burn them shits down. But listen, family, let's get real deep here. We in here heavy, by the way. Shout out to everybody in here. We're almost 7,000 deep. Hit that thumbs up button, family. And by the way, while I'm talking, hit the link below where y'all can go to the iTunes and Google Play to get the Mink Slide album, the new Mink Slide album called Crushed Velvet. Great music. Click that link, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get deep. Can we get a little deep here? Notice with this whole thing, and when you start talking about all the other implications and all the conspiracies, there's a lot of validity to it. Now, some people are talking about the 5G. Some people say that's real. Some people say it's not. That's up in the air. But let's deal with some things that are factual, and let's put some conjecture on some of this stuff of what we have to look out for. We really have to look and see what the fuck Bill Gates is up to. You notice Bill Gates is just popping up all over the place. You understand that? Let's get on Bill Gates for a second. And there's a lot of conspiracies about Bill Gates, but let's deal with some facts here. Let's just look into who Bill Gates really is, because a lot of folks don't really know Bill Gates get down. Let's talk about Bill Gates for a minute. Forget conspiracy. Let's just talk about him, who he is, and what his real background is. Okay? Let's just talk facts that can be verified, and then we can kind of use our own conjecture later. But let's break some. Who is Bill Gates? We always see him popping up, talking about population control, population this, population that. And understand, white supremacy, their job is to harm you, but they disguise the harming as if they're trying to help you. See, they know how to refine some of the stuff that they do. And they'll take, white supremacy is all about harming black people. It's all about harming black people. And many of these people who started in business, they were clicked in with the Nazis. One of the guys who started IBM, a guy named Tom Watson, he was clicked in with the Nazis. The Nazis even said that, hey, we got a lot of our game from the Americans. Hitler and all those folks, they were like, we got a lot of our game from the Americans. Look up Tom Watson. He was one of the guy running IBM. IBM was clicked in with the Nazis. That's either the truth or it's false. Because when we start telling the truth, oh, that's some hotel shit, unless a white person tell you. All right? What I just said is the truth or it's not the fucking truth. All right? Tom Watson was clicked in with the Nazis, as was Margaret Sanger. All of them were clicked in with each other. Margaret Sanger from Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood was basically the American offshoot of the Nazi Party, okay? The eugenics program. The Nazis was getting all that eugenics game from the Americans, the Margaret Sangers and all these folks, okay? Follow me here, because we have to understand something. When these old school white supremacists die and they have a certain agenda, that agenda doesn't die. They pass that on to their children, and they let their children know, hey, keep the agenda going, and you need to refine that agenda as best as you can. Okay? So Planned Parenthood is still here today. It was the eugenics program, but it turned into Planned Parenthood, and it still has the same agenda. Planned Parenthood has the same agenda. IBM, again, IBM has always been clicked in with Planned Parenthood. As a matter of fact, Tom Watson's granddaughter, Jeanette Watson, she married Alexander Sanger, Margaret Sanger's grandson. Look that up. Margaret Sanger's grandson, Alexander, married Tom Watson of IBM. They got married. So these people are all clicked in on some royal family shit, okay? Bill Gates' father sat on the board for Planned Parenthood. William Gates Sr. Follow me. William Gates Sr. William Gates Sr. sat on the board of Planned Parenthood. Bill Gates' mother sat on the corporate board for IBM. Follow the damn names here, okay? I'm talking slow, so while I'm talking, y'all can get to Googling this shit. Bill Gates' mom sat on the corporate board for IBM. How do you think Bill Gates got clicked in? He partnered with IBM. That's how he got Microsoft popping. So Bill Gates has always been clicked in. His whole family is clicked in with them damn eugenics and old school Nazis and shit. Google what I'm telling you. You understand? They're all clicked in with each other. So now Bill Gates is out here running around talking about there's too many people in Africa. We need to go over there and help them. That's why he's always talking that shit. I went to Haiti. They were like, yeah, Bill Gates owned this. Bill Gates owned that. He owns all types of land in Haiti. The Haitians told me that. So Bill Gates, anytime there's some black folks, Bill Gates is somewhere posted up and he got some shit posted up. You understand? Let's get deeper. Let's get deeper. Oh, who's texting me, my mom? Listen. Bill Gates also funds something called the Pirbright Institute. He funds something called the Pirbright Institute. The Pirbright Institute family, they have a patent on a coronavirus cure. Let's Google that. Look up Pirbright Institute. Let me pull up some stuff on my screen. I don't want to go too fast. This because I want to take my time so people don't think I'm rocking the tinfoil kufi. I don't want y'all to think I'm rocking the tinfoil kufi. Okay. Let's look at this. Now this is USA Today. They even mentioned this. This was this year, as a matter of fact. It says fact check. Did Bill Gates Foundation fund or does Pirbright own the coronavirus patent? So this is an article that tried to debunk this because certain people have been asking questions about this. Now let me go down to the article. They tried to debunk it like, oh, no. It ain't like that. So this is the article. Okay. This is USA Today. It says, Pirbright Institute is a biological research organization based in Surrey, England. The organization specializes in studying animal viruses and diseases that transfers from animal to people. While the Institute does hold a patent for a coronavirus that affects chickens, it doesn't hold a patent for any type of novel coronavirus causing the current COVID-19 epidemic, a pandemic. This is bullshit, okay? So this is them admitting it, okay? So listen, look. Yeah, we own a patent, but not, it's for COVID-17, but not for COVID-19. So, see, y'all doing a conspiracy. Yeah, we own the patent for the vaccine, but it's for chickens, though. You understand? So that's, when you see Pirbright, that's Bill Gates. So they've owned a patent for years on the virus for the corona. For the vaccine for the coronavirus. They've owned a patent for the vaccine. So if they come up saying, hey, everybody needs to get a vaccine, all the money's going to be going to Bill Gates and his folks. That's going to be a financial windfall for him. When they come out with a vaccine, they already own the patent for it. And Bill Gates he's running around here talking about the whole planet needs to get vaccinated. Have y'all seen this shit where Bill Gates is running around and all his folks running around talking about, hey, man, everybody on the planet needs a damn vaccine shot so I can make all this bread. Oh, let's get even deeper. Y'all, come on, let's get deeper. Let's go to hell. Let's just go to Bill Gates' site. Fuck it. Let's go to Bill and Melinda's site, okay? This is their website. So anybody thinking I'm pulling some shit out my ass, okay. This is an old press release that's on their site from 2010, okay? The global leaders launch decade of vaccine collaboration, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So you look on Bill and Melinda's Gates website, you look on their site, The leadership council comprised of, what name do we see? Anthony Fauci. How do you pronounce his name? Fauci. Anthony Fauci. That's his name. Now, this is the guy we've been seeing on TV for the last few weeks talking about the COVID and what we need to do and what we don't need to do. This Fauci dude is in cahoots with goddamn Bill Gates. Fauci. Okay, I got it. I'm sorry, guys. So this dude is all clicked in with Bill Gates, and he's running around in the news talking about what we should do, what we shouldn't do. So this guy is already on the take. And he's one of these people talking about vaccines real heavy. Look at Fauci. He's on TV. He's on TV talking about vaccines. Hey, man, we should probably get an immunity card for people. Everybody's going to have an immunity card. You're going to have to get shots, and you can't leave the house, or you can't ride a bus, you can't get on a plane, you can't get a job unless you have an immunity card. He's been the main one pressing this shit. You understand? So when we start pointing all this stuff out, it's not conspiracy. I'm like, damn, it's right in your damn face if you just read and see that these people are on some other agenda type shit. So my thing to black people, hey, family, we have to be careful about going to these damn hospitals if you don't need to go. Because look, truth be told, a lot of black folks, we love attention from white people. A lot of us, we love attention from white people. And if we can get out here and say, oh, I've got the corona, white people are going to come. Oh, can we interview you? Can we interview you and talk about the black death rates of corona? Sure can. And, you know, niggas be all extra, be on TV. Hi, we're here with Darnell Jenkins. No, it's probably an old nigga with an old nigga name. We're here with Roosevelt Jackson. We're here with Roosevelt Jackson out here in Selma. And Mr. Roosevelt Jackson... Mr. Roosevelt, you've been diagnosed with corona. He's putting all extras on, trembling. Oh, I sure live. Lord Jesus, this corona is hurting so bad. You know, I was beating in Selma. I was right there with John Lewis. Boy, this corona, it hurting me so much. But, you know, the good Lord is going to see me through this corona. Shaking and trembling. Bucking his fucking eyes. Because I've been looking at some niggas on the news bucking their eyes with a mask on. Mr. Cephas Johnson. Mr. Cephas, you've come down with corona. Lord Jesus! Lord have mercy! Lord, hug me, Jesus. Don't walk away from me, Lord. This corona. Why did the Lord do this to me? I love everybody. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. I love everybody. Can we all just get along, Lord? So niggas out here just bucking their fucking eyes because white folks are giving them some damn attention. Y'all, please cut that out and stay the hell out the hospital. God damn. Stay out the hospital, man. This ain't no time to be playing and trying to get some damn attention. Cleophas Washington. Mr. Cleophas Washington, you're bedridden and you're on the ventilator. Mr. Cleophas Watson, how do you feel with the corona? Lord, when I was sitting home eating some pickle pig feet, and Lord, my chest started hurting me a whole heap. I got a whole heap of pain in my chest. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. I said, baby, I just got a whole heap of pain in my chest. Lord, niggas so goddamn extra. Niggas are so fucking extra out here. Well, when white folks come around, we gotta perform. Ain't nothing wrong with these niggas. Ain't nothing wrong. A lot of these niggas ain't shit wrong with them. Ain't shit wrong with them. But they see some white folks and all of a sudden, I do get a little tickle in my chest. And family, what's that Negro? I talked about him the other day. Jerome Adams, that coon nigga, that Sambo Surgeon General. Where did they find this nigga? Oh, God. Where did they find this Sambo family? Hold on. Hold on. Let me find the clip of this Sambo. Hold on. Okay.
Maintain 6 feet of distance between you and everyone else.
Okay. Let me play this clip again. This buck dancing Sambo they brought out here to blame black people, because see, that's the name of the game now. They're blaming us. See, now that we're the face of it, so now it's our own fault. And they had this Negro on here, Jerome Adams. He's the Surgeon General, and he was out here blaming black folks and talking, well, you're gonna have, black people and people of color, you're really gonna have to step it up. You know, you stop drinking and smoking.
Home, if possible. If you must go out, maintain 6 feet of distance between you and everyone else, and wear a mask if you're going to be within 6 feet of others. Wash your hands more often than you ever dreamed possible. Avoid alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. And call your friends and family. Check in on your mother. She wants to hear from you.
I hope y'all caught that. Avoid alcohol and drugs. See, that's something. Well, black folks, y'all have it. You black folks have it because of all the alcohol and drugs you're doing. Okay, and this nigga has a lily white woman he's married to, by the way. I mean, he's full coon.
Right now. And speaking of mothers, we need you to do this, if not for yourself, then for your abuela. Do it for your granddaddy. Do it for your big mama. Do it for your pop-pop. We need you to understand, especially in community.
This coon don't sit his ignorant black ass down. Did this nigga really get up here? Because white folks wrote that stupid shit he just said. Do it for your big mama. Do it for your abuela. Do it for your pop-pop. Oh, where do they find these fucking coons? Did this nigga get his moist, bald-headed, butter biscuit eating ass up here and say, do it for your abuela, your big mama, and your pop-pop? I guess that's him trying to sound ethnic. Boy, that nigga sounds like an informant. If you hear a nigga talking like that, that's informant talk right there. My God. Was that him trying to identify, trying to speak the Negro language? What do you niggers call your parents? It ain't mom, it ain't pop and big mama we need to be worried about. They trying to blame this shit on black folks. Well, y'all niggas be eating all that fried chicken, so it's really your own fault that you got the corona. So if you niggas just stop drinking and eating all that chicken, you know, do it for your pop and your Madea. No, nigga. Because white people out here are not the face of health. White people out here are methed out like crazy. There are meth labs all over the place. Don't tell black folks about no drinking and drugging and you got whole meth labs all over white America. Miss me with that bullshit. No, let's do it for Gramps. Tell the white people to do it for Gramps. Do it for Meemaw. That's what they need to do it for. Do it for Gramps and Meemaw. The white grandmama and granddaddy. Do it for them. Do it for Pawpaw. That's who the fuck you need to do it for. Who's getting it? All that meth and heroin running around here. Talking about, well, black folks, y'all stop eating all them pig feet. Let me tell you something. Y'all ain't telling Asians to stop eating them damn bat sandwiches. You got Asians out here eating turtle dicks and bat wings. You ain't telling them to stop eating all that bullshit. But y'all niggas eating all the chicken and all the drugs. Yeah? You ain't telling Asians to put them damn bat soup burgers down. See, well, we got to call this bullshit out, man. We got to call these folks out when they come at us sideways with the nonsense. Because they really coming at us real hard, man. And that's the thing. A lot of times anything they say to us, we believe them. You dig? Hold on. Anything they tell us, black folks, we believe everything white people tell us. And we got to remember, these are the same people who had the damn Tuskegee experiments, okay? These are the same people who was offing black folks during Tuskegee. Now, one thing I noticed, and let me show y'all some of the videos that we're seeing in Asia right now. In Asia right now, in China, these people out here abusing black people left and right. there are cases where black folks can't go in restaurants. They're kicking black people out of their apartments. They're kicking black people out of hotels out there in Asia. Let me show you this footage here. This is some footage where black people got kicked out of their hotels. They're wandering in the streets over there, and the Asian race soldiers are just targeting them in the streets. This is all over China. You understand? I mean, black folks are getting beat up over there. There's a warning saying that, black Americans shouldn't go to China, which we ain't planning on going out there anyway, but there's some black folks who do work out there. More video. Let me show you some more video. Hold on one second. Let me show you more just to put this thing in perspective here. Okay, hold on.
Large number of African people in the southern Chinese city Guangzhou were driven out by their landlords and had to stay on the streets. Another video shows many Africans dragging their luggage aimlessly through the streets of Guangzhou. One of them says, "We are just walking on the road. They can't give us a house, they can't give us a hotel, and they cannot provide a place we can stay." It comes after all of the cases reported by Guangzhou authorities in April were reportedly related to African people. Chinese media have only reported about testing people from abroad. They haven't talked about testing locals.
Okay, so y'all get the point here. They're really coming at us hard, coming at black folks hard over here. And this is who is it, the Prime Minister? China replies to Nigeria, "We don't discriminate against foreigners." So they playing the white supremacist game, how they practice anti-black racism and then they deny it. I mean, there's videos of them kicking black people out, beating up black people, discriminating just wide open against black people. And he's like, "No, what you talking about? We don't discriminate." That's why y'all should get their asses out of China, by the way, family. Y'all should have been on their ass anyway, get them out of China. Y'all ain't really benefited from that shit. You understand? Get their ass up out of there. And black folks, see, we've been playing this game where we want to cape for everybody. Whoops, hold on. I'm messing up my screen here. Yeah, we've been playing this game where we want to cape for people. And all of these Negroes, remember, a few weeks ago, I kept talking about all these ass-kissing Negroes who are running around here talking about, we've got to go help the Asians. We've got to go support Asian businesses. We better go support Asian businesses like we never did before. Okay, let me log into my Instagram real quickly. Hold on one second, because I want to pull something up. Let me show y'all something real quickly. Hold on. Y'all bear with me 1 second. 1 second. Come on, thing. There we go. All right. Let me pull up something real quickly on my Instagram. Because, okay, remember when all these ass-kissing Negroes and some of these wannabe Asians like Karuchi, let's go to Karuchi, because remember a few weeks ago, Karuchi, who's an authority on race issues, she's up here talking about xenophobia is not okay to target and discriminate against Asians, and she was very specific. Asians is wrong. There are Asians who are afraid to leave their homes. There are people who have already been hurt. I know y'all seen the video of the older Asian man. The coronavirus is not the Chinese virus. Let's stop instilling more fear and hate. The world is struggling. Please stop this. So Karuchi was like, y'all stop talking about Asians. Okay? Where is it? Karuchi was like, God damn it, y'all not gonna talk about my people. Where am I here? I'm trying to get this shit off. Okay. I'm all over the place here. Okay, so Karuchi was like, y'all not gonna talk about my Asian brethren, okay? Now, when we start posting up these videos showing black folks getting beat up over there in Asia, everybody was like, well, damn, what's up with Karuchi? Now, how come she ain't saying nothing? So now she decided to say something. Everybody punked her into saying something. Asians don't claim her little stupid ass. They don't. But then she decided to say something because everybody started getting on her ass. So she put this up. Hold on. Now look at this. This is what she put up on her Instagram after everybody called her out because she wasn't saying nothing. She gonna say this little babe. She put up an article about Africans in China being homeless and rising xenophobia. So she says, this is wrong. I know that all of us around the world are scared and confused, but treating each other like this is not the answer. So she doesn't specify Asians harming black people. She don't even say black or anything about Africa. She starts talking real vague. Racism and bigotry towards any race or ethnic group is wrong and it cannot be tolerated. Let's remember, the only way the global community and our local community can survive is by us working all together. Sit your punk ass down. See, black folks, stop elevating these little assholes like this. Fuck Karuchi. Just please stop elevating little old Negroes like this, these wannabe something else Negroes. Please stop elevating these Negroes. See, black folks, we build up these Karuchis and these fucking Amber Roses, and they start talking real greasy and slick when it comes to speaking up for black folks, but they'll go to the death defending some other race who don't even accept their ass. Karuchi's always been saying little old slick shit. We got, and what I'm pissed off, we elevate these Karuchis. These people come up off of us. She got real vague. Well, you know what? Discrimination against anybody is bad. Fuck out of here. Get your ass out of here. And you sitting up here eating off black folks. Amber Rose she does that little same bullshit too. Karuchi thinks that she's Vietnamese. I'm mixed. I don't want to neglect my Asian side. And you go to Vietnam, they'll throw egg rice at your ass. They'll throw egg fried rice at you. You're not Vietnamese. They don't accept you as no goddamn Vietnamese in Asia. And Amber Rose, they don't accept you as Cape Verdean over there. You understand? I don't like us we gotta stop bringing these old exotic ass-kissing white supremacist Asian wannabe Negroes around us, and we gotta stop elevating them. Family, it's time to stop elevating these folks. Family, we don't need to latch on to these other groups. We really don't. Chris Brown up here singing about he all pussy whipped over Karuchi. Chris is my nigga. I like Chris, but nigga, that was a very bad look. Karuchi singing, fuck that, nigga. Y'all putting extra value on her ass. Fuck out of here. And then we got to stop elevating these folks. We're in here heavy. 7,000 people in here heavy. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. But family, see, we got to start being selfish about our power. We ain't got to share nothing with nobody. Fuck all that kumbaya. That ain't got us nowhere. Kumbaya ain't got us nowhere. It's all about us. It should be all about foundational black Americans first and then global black people later. But we got to get our shit right and not be ashamed. And because we got this slave mentality where we're supposed to be slaves. And when we start getting power, we start feeling guilty. Lord, all this power, this feel funny. I need to share something with somebody. Any white people around here? Over in Chicago, and shout out to Nas Escobar, not the real Nas, but the Twitter user Nas Escobar 316. He posted this, and I thought this was great. Over in Chicago, there were a lot of illegal Hispanics who ICE got them. You were illegal. ICE got them and deported them. And that bakery needed more workers, and now they got like 90% black people working there now, which they should have. Now, this is a sister who works there. Hold on, let me show this. All right, hold on.
12 hours shift mandatory. To work 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's, that don't give no one time to do anything. I can't even go and pay a bill, or take care of my personal, because of the hours and the days. I go to work at 2 a.m., get off at 2 p.m., go home at about 3. I'm sleeping at about 5 or 6. I got to get back up the next day, the next night to go back to work. So pretty much it's, I mean, do better. It was pretty much when I first got there and everything, it was more like 90-10. It was 90% Mexican, 10% black, if that. It was mainly the Mexicans getting all the hours and the days, Now the 90% racial workers, pretty much 90% black and 10% Mexican. A lot of them didn't speak a bit of English. And I'm trying to figure out how could you come into a place, or how could you come into, the United States without being able to speak English? I mean, that, and on top of that, in the company, it's Spanish first and then English, and it's like they putting English secondary when I don't understand.
Okay, so this is just saying basically this place where she works now, some more black people there now because a lot of them got deported. And what they would do, they would have these temp agencies, and these temp agencies would deliberately get illegal immigrants and put them on, and then they knew that they didn't have any type of ID, but they would funnel them to certain companies. So again, now that they're out of here, now black folks can get them jobs that we're supposed to get. Black folks, I don't know why we got this thing where we're supposed to share shit. You don't share nothing with nobody. Fuck that. Don't nobody share nothing with you. You stop black folks, get out this mindset, we got to share everything with somebody. No, we don't. We don't. Well, we all minorities. No, fuck all that. We ain't all minorities. A minority is an empty term. It's okay for us to look out for our own. That reverse discrimination. Well, you call it what the fuck you want to call it. I'm doing what you're doing. So you're projecting, sir. I'm doing exactly what you're doing. So it ain't bad when I do it. When I do it, don't start whining when we do it. No. See, we let people shame us. When we do the exact same thing they doing, they try to get on us about some moral high ground. No, you're supposed to be better than that now. You're supposed to be better. Now, fuck out of here, dude. No. We're going to do the same thing you doing. Yeah. And then I saw some liberal publication talking about a company is trying to pit blacks against Hispanics. No, you mean American citizens against foreigners. See, we always got to frame it in that reference. We're talking about foundational black American citizens against illegal foreigners. Let's be very clear. We got this thing where we've allowed ourselves to be considered outliers in our own land. No, we're not. This is our shit. We gotta claim that. Take ownership of it. This is our goddamn land. Our blood and sweat is in this damn soil. We are foundational black Americans. None of this shit would be popping if it were not for us. This is our shit. We claim it. I am a black American, foundational black American citizen. Your ass is a foreigner. We ain't nowhere near the same. We have let these people conflate us with being immigrants. We've allowed them to make us comparative to immigrants. We are not immigrants. Don't ever, 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 ever let them put us in that category. We are in a category even more unique than the Red Indians. You understand? Because the black native Aboriginal people here were reclassified as Negro. Okay? Let's understand history. Many of the native black people, native Aboriginal people here were black-skinned folks who were just reclassified. This is why so many older black folks were like, yeah, I'm mixed with Indian. They were not lying. They were not lying. Some of the more red-skinned ones, would eventually be absorbed into white society, but they did not contribute to the building of the United States. They did not. So we have a very unique relationship with the United States. This is some shit that we built on our backs. And we don't let other groups come in and make us an outsider on some shit we built. You understand? Yeah, we're under a system of global white supremacy. But global white supremacy has nothing to do with geography. Because in a system of global white supremacy, geography is anywhere. They control all of it. It's like they control the prison yard. And Neely Fuller talks about systematic white supremacy being a prison. But within that prison, it's been turned into a prison. Our global society has been turned into a prison. There's been gates and walls built around it. And what you do, you destroy that shit from the inside and create a system and a building of justice. You think? So this is why it's very important for us to look at ourselves a certain way, value ourselves. It's very important for us to not try to be accepted by all these other groups of people. We got this thing where we want to get sexual access to a lot of non-black people. We got this real big bad habit of wanting to do that. We got to get off that. And a lot of that has to do with propaganda. Family, when you look at the Mink Slide, when you look at our music videos, for my group Mink Slide, you know, I make a point to get black women in there who look distinguished, who look obviously black. I have to distinguish that they are black. I don't want it to be up for guessing. If you look at our video, especially the last one, people love the last video we did. They love the sister in there, nice, thick, beautiful sister. I make a point to get sisters in there who look like they're black. There's not a question with it. These foundational black American sisters. In the City Lights video, the sister was from Detroit. Beautiful, slim sister. The last sister in the video we just did for guest list, she's from Texas. Thick, beautiful sister. So I want us, our youth, to see attractive black women in videos and just having a good time and being in certain media outlets. Because whenever they see women in these music videos, usually it's some exotic mix that you don't know what she is. And a lot of these studios, they make a point to do that. They make a point to get these racially, this is the trick. If they do get a definitively black looking woman, they're gonna get Lizzo. You understand? That's the only time they get a black woman and they push her to the forefront and she's obviously black. They're gonna get a Lizzo, a goddamn Oprah. You understand? They're gonna get somebody looking crazy, somebody looking like a plantation mammy. And they do that by design. That's why I'd always called out how the white media would do with Gabby Sidibe. They kept putting Gabby Sidibe next to white women. If you saw her at the Oscar Awards, they would have her next to these model-esque looking white women. They'd get Gabby Sidibe and put her on magazines with these model-esque looking white women. And now they're going a step further. They're getting Negroes. They're getting the Billy Porters now. Now if you see a black woman, it ain't no real fucking woman. It's Billy fucking Porter. That's who they're parading around as women. Well, Billy Porter, he's a woman too. Dwayne Wade's son is a woman too. So now they playing that game now. So we're like, oh, hell no. We're going to have to get this shit right. We're going to have to get this shit right. Whoopi, yeah. Who they going to show? When they show black people or black women, when white folks get them and show black people who are distinctively black, the first person they're going to get is Tarana Burke and push her out. Hey, that's a black woman right there. So now kids looking at all these crazy looking ass mammies left and right. So that creates a negative image of black women. So they don't show white women like that. If they show an overweight white woman, it's a white woman who's a comedian or something. But yeah, they're going to show Laverne Cox. They're going to show these men and these strong-faced mammies out here. So a black kid's like, well, damn, I want to get me a white woman. He start bucking his eyes. Well, shit, I want to get a white woman and do it for Pop. Do it for my abuela and my big mama. He going to start bucking his fucking eyes. You know, they want to start cultivating these little baby coons real young. This is why if you look at TikTok, all these little baby coons on there talking about they love them some white women. There's a reason why we got these baby coons on TikTok and all that shit. Because of the image they see of sisters that white people put out there. Yeah? So I make it a point to have very attractive sisters in the videos that are distinctively black. Yeah? And this is why, you know, even with just the music period, this is why the Mink Slide album is doing great right now. I can't wait. The Billboard stats are going to come in this week. I know we got to be in the top 10 on the R&B charts. But even our culture, our music, which is our R&B, that's foundational Black American music. Look at what they've done to our music or what they're trying to do. This is one of the reasons I do the album. I did the Mink Slide album, and it's a traditional, I call it foundational funk. It's going back to that foundational Black American funk that we grew up on, that the Kashifs, foundational Black American, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, foundational Black American, Babyface, Teddy, all these people, that funk that we grew up on. Because now when you look at the music industry, what they did with it, with R&B, same thing they're doing with rock. They have to gentrify our music. They did that with rock. What they would do, all the rock artists, they made sure that they made them broke. They start locking them up, you know, demonizing and criminalizing them. You know, the Chuck Berry and Little Richard start fucking with their money. A lot of them start dying off. Ike Turner, you saw what they did with his legacy. What's love got to do with it, you know? So, and Ike Turner, he made one of the first rock and roll records. So they make sure to sully the image of foundational Black American artists. I want y'all to feel me. Look at George Clinton. They portrayed him as just a drunk crackhead for years, and he don't even own none of that publishing from the Parliament shit. It's white folks who own that. White people own all that Parliament, all that publishing. But look at how they do with foundational Black American artists. They drug them up. Sly Stone, phenomenal artist. Sly Stone is living in a damn camper. Sly Stone was living in a goddamn camper right now. Yeah. They make sure to shit on, to snatch whatever little resources they have. Rick James, they did to Rick James. You did. So they drug him up, and like I told y'all before, see, all that shit is introduced. I told on my broadcast not too long ago, I talked about how Rick James was connected with that Laurel Canyon crowd, and how old dude from the group The Doors, Jim Morrison, he was the one who got Rick James on drugs. Ike Turner, Elvis got Ike Turner on drugs. All that shit is introduced to these black artists. You understand? These white execs, the minute they get some black artists, all of a sudden they funneling drugs to them. Yeah? And when foundational Black American artists wanted to take control of their shit, like Sam Cooke, all of a sudden they get mysteriously shot in a hotel. Yeah? So they gentrified rock, and they're in the process of gentrifying R&B, because what they have to do is water stuff down so that white folks can take control of it. See, that's what they did with rock. They had to water that shit down so that white people can take control of it. They had to water it down. Remember, the Rolling Stones, they named their group after Muddy Waters, after his song. He had a song called Rolling Stone. So, I mean, they literally would latch on and do like a weak version of what the black rock guys were doing. Yeah? So the few artists who said, you know, we ain't gonna take that bullshit, which was Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was understanding the importance of owning his stuff for a long time. Sam Cooke was rolling with Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Prince was another one. He's like, look, they ain't gonna play me. They ain't about to fuck me over like they do all these other artists. You know, I don't need no damn major. Prince got off a major and said, I put out my own independent shit and I'll tour. So they didn't want too many of these Prince and Sam Cooks and Eazy-E's and all this shit. Because we started to understand the value of our stuff. See, Foundational Black American, we understand after a while, we were like, wait a minute, I know how to market my shit. I can just do this on my own. And I want to own all my shit. I know my value. So they said, let's water this shit down a little bit. Let's water it down. Let's water down R&B so that we can come in and take control of it. Now, they've been, we started to then see, going into the 2000s, we started to see the Robin Thicks. They started making Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears, because Britney Spears would do R&B songs like My Prerogative. They would kind of make them R&B artists, while they would demonize the foundational black legends. Look at what they tried to demonize James Brown. James Brown was another one who knew what the game was. You couldn't trust these white people, Look at what they did to Janet Jackson with that Super Bowl thing. They shitted on Janet Jackson. They blacklisted Janet Jackson over that. That was their excuse to blacklist her and elevate Justin. They didn't do nothing. Justin was the one who pulled her titty out. They didn't do anything to Justin. Justin was good, and Justin never defended Janet. But yeah, they got the NSYNC and all these white groups, and they got black producers. Just like in the 90s, you had Genuine, and Timberland was doing all Genuine stuff, and Genuine was like, well, damn, all the hot shit that Tim is supposed to give me, he's giving all the hot shit to Justin Timberlake. Yeah? So the industry made a concerted effort to whiten up R&B. They've been trying, with the Color Me Bad, what they would do, they'd get these mixed groups. They've been trying this stuff. They've been trying it for a long time. They've been doing it with rap, and they were doing it with R&B. They had John B, but John B had a drug problem. Then he kind of fell off the game for a minute. So they were trying it in the 90s with John B. And they got Nelly Furtado. So yeah, they've been trying to put a white face on R&B, and they've been watering it down. And also what they would do, they would get non-foundational black American black artists. The Weeknd, right now, he's like #1 on the R&B charts. He's Canadian. Drake. Yeah. So they get all these people, Tory Lane, all these Canadians, and these niggas from England and all this stuff. So now, they're trying to take that shit from us. R. Kelly, they done took all his shit. R. Kelly's in jail. Michael Jackson's dead. They're sullying his image. Look at the game. Look at how they portray the black legends. Now you look at artists now. Rihanna's from Barbados. Ella May's from the UK. Huh? So they're making an effort to take that away from foundational black Americans and have us doing something else. See, a lot of black artists here now, they want to get an immediate hit. They don't have time to really cultivate a sound without worrying about the commercial value of it. You understand? Whereas they can do that with a white artist. So when you see a black artist, they're basically rapping over a trap beat because they know that'll get played. The radio said, hey, this is what we're playing. So all you black artists, if you want to get a quick hit and make a couple of dollars doing your shows, make a record where you singing over trap beats, and that's R&B. And all the soulful R&B, they're going to give that to Justin Timberlake. They're giving that to non-black artists. They'll give it to Bruno. And I love Bruno Mars. I love Bruno. But now, sometimes when you do funk records now, young people will be like, oh, that sounds like Bruno. This is how it's been twisted. It's been twisted now. If you do some shit like Charlie Wilson type of shit, oh, they're like, that sounds like Bruno. So they're already associating our music with non-black folks. And I love Bruno, by the way. I think Bruno's phenomenal. But yeah, then Justin Bieber and all these fucking people, I don't like Justin Bieber at all. But again, The soulful shit, they give it to Sam Smith and all these folks. You know, you ain't giving the hot shit to the Maxwells no more. You D'Angelo's and all these folks that were doing it in the late 90s who was really getting it popping. You know, the Drew Hills and the Jodeci's. You don't see them getting it popping no more. These are phenomenal singers. They had to water the shit down. You know? So it's up to us to say, hey, no, we're going to bring that back. We're going to bring that traditional, foundational funk back. And that's what we did on this Mink Slide album, Crushed Velvet. That's exactly what we did, man. When you hear that album, you're going to feel like you're back in 88, 89. It has that vibe. And that year, around that time, most of those artists who were out 88, 89, 90, they can go on tour today because that music was so timeless. And I just thought it was very important for us to own that type of R&B, to have ownership of it. You dig? So anyway, y'all go get that album, man. Y'all go get the Crushed Velvet album by Mink Slide. It's on Google Play right now. The link is right here. You go to Google Play, go to iTunes, and get the Crushed Velvet album by Mink Slide. You're really going to win. There's a lot of slow songs on there for the ladies. The ladies love the slow jams. I'm begging like Keith fucking Sweat. I'm singing my ass off on this. Yeah. I put in some work. Yeah. I'm putting it in. So yeah, y'all need to get that joint. Yeah, we in here heavy, man. 7,000. We had a lot of folks in here tonight. Yes, foundational funk, man. That's it. That's where it comes from. Foundational funk, man. Because some of these folks, they try to imitate the shit, but they don't. A lot of these white cats, they don't have that bottom. You know, they can do all the snares and all that bullshit. And they think that having a heavy 808 bass, that's all you really need. No. Real R&B, you got to have that funk bottom, them funky bass lines. You know, and that's some shit that we know, Foundational Black America. That's some shit that we grew up on. We grew up on Parliament and Bootsy, and James Brown had them funky ass. So we were raised on that. So we feel that. Yeah. We grew up on Rick James, that funky ass bottom, George Duke, that funky ass bottom on the music. Yeah. That's the soul of it. Yeah, Slave, them bass lines by the Cameo. You dig? That's some shit. You either have it or you don't. You gotta that gotta be in you to really fuck with. You know? You gotta know how to hit that shit. That's why James Brown and those cats were so particular about bass players. They're like, yeah, your bass player gotta hit that shit on the one. And that's why Bootsy is so good. One of the best bass players in the world, Bootsy and Louis Johnson from the Brothers Johnson. And James was like, you gotta hit that on the one. You gotta get that on the one. James was real big on that shit. Roger and Zapp, yeah. They understood hit that funky ass bottom, hitting that shit. That's some shit. Dude, a lot of folks, if you didn't grow up on that, you ain't gonna understand it. You understand? And a lot of white folks, they don't really fuck with Roger and Zapp like that. I remember I was doing some stuff for MTV and we were out in the boondocks and I had a Roger and Zapp. I went to the local Walmart there and got a Zapp tape because the station was whack, and I started bumping the best of Zapp, and the white folks didn't even know what that was. What's this? Oh my God. It's making the car go boom. I said, what's that? You ain't never heard of Zapp? Zapp? Are they a techno group? What's that? I said, wow. Yeah. Man, yeah, Roger and Zapp, they're legends. So, we got to learn how to pay homage to our greats. Because if you listen to the Mink Slide album, that's just us paying homage to the greats. Paying homage to Kashif, paying homage to Alexander O'Neal, paying homage to Uncle Charlie, paying homage to Teddy Riley. So, we're paying homage, which is what other people do. They pay homage to their legends, and we're paying homage to them. Yeah. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. We had a great conversation tonight, family. Go to hiddencolorsfilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe if you were unsubscribed without your knowledge. Again, go to iTunes tonight and go to Google Play. Get the Crushed Velvet album by Mink Slide. I'm going to holler at you guys this week. Y'all be good and be safe out here, family. Peace.